next up, we have the lovely Anne Brashier, who is a fiery and amazing comedian and has something in common with Cliselle in that both of them have been very encouraging to me in times of transition and hard times, which is really something that I appreciate very much, and I love Anne, and I think you guys will think she's hilarious, so here she is.
Do you have free mic so you can walk around?
No. That's on. That's a hot mic right there. Yeah, we're roughly the same height though, so that's helpful. One more hand for Nate Mott. Awesome. Was that good? Is that too loud, people? No, I'm good. Okay, solid. Awesome. I feel really good about myself for not just being here, but for being here with all of you. I think this is an awesome thing. Oddly, I went to a similar comedy and music benefit for someone else's parents last night. Weird, so I feel pretty good about that too. I didn't perform, I just bought a lot of drinks and raffle tickets. So I also feel pretty heroic. I recently rescued a complete stranger from being abandoned in the desert.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Sort of roughly how it went. Let me preface that by saying I fucking hate the desert. It is terrifying. It's made of sand, so it's shifty, and I don't trust it. It wants to kill you. It wants to dehydrate you and smoke you and like cover you in gritty dust like you are a human piece of jerky. And the reason I ended up there, by the way, if you say you love the desert, you are lying to yourself and to all of us. So stop. But I ended up there because I've been trying. I am apparently my own self-improvement project. I've been trying to face my fears. I'm terrified of the desert, so I went. I'm terrified of riding my bike, but I've been riding my bike to work for a long time, and that makes you face your fear a lot. It's not a long ride, it's not a hard ride particularly, but just like the desert, drivers in Los Angeles are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And thank you. Do you ride as well? They legit are. And I find I yell aggressively a lot. Mostly it's just like, hey! Which is futile. But frequently, and this is because I was raised in the South to be a really polite young lady, the thing I yell most is, thank you! As in, thank you for actually looking both ways before casually rolling through that stop sign, because God forbid you miss the first 10 minutes of sex tape. Let me tell you how it opens. Their marriage is gone stale and they need to spice up their sex life. You're welcome, you fucking cunt. So I try to be a really polite cyclist. So I'm facing my fears, and the other reason I ended up in the desert as part of my personal self-improvement project, I'm like a deck. I don't know why I think I should just keep improving, but it seems like a decent pursuit. So I'm trying to be a better team member. Like my go-to is either a team leader or I'm a good team leader, I'm a great solo leader. I'm a really good like lone wolf. And I know I seem like someone who, I seem like an energetic person, like I should be on a cheerleading team. I'm from Texas. I do not do dressing up in identical uniforms and chanting in formation. Team spirit creeps me out. But that doesn't mean that if I'm excited about something, I will let you know. Like, if you are expertly cooking me a 5-course meal, or if you are expertly going down on me, I will let you know that I am excited. I might not have pom-poms, but I'll bring them just in case. So I'm trying to be less of a leader, just go with the flow. Which is how I ended up agreeing to go into the fucking desert with a bunch of relative strangers. It started with me agreeing to drive from Los Feliz to Santa Monica to pick up one of these complete strangers, a girl from New Zealand, and she and I become best friends over the course of our drive to Joshua Tree. She is a recently graduated art school student who has so much to say about her disdain for people who give up creative control for corporate gain, and she has a lot to talk about how she would never sacrifice or compromise her artistic integrity. Go team! So we get to our campsite with my new best friend, and there's a tent, and there's a pile of stuff that's maybe going to become a tent, and there's no one else from this group of people I don't know. No one's there. Go team. So she and I, we've been talking about tramping, and by the way, she's from New Zealand, and that is what they call it. And by it, I don't mean fucking, I mean hiking. They call hiking tramping through the bush. She's an expert bush tramper. And she seems fit enough. It's still plenty of daylight. So, you know, it's a hot day, but it's towards the afternoon. We take our bottles of water, and we're like, let's go for a hike. We are two independent, smart, able-bodied people. We can manage hiking. We pick out a little loop on the map we've gotten, and we set off, quickly realizing that I am on the slippery slope towards the two of us having to use each other's limbs to fend off a pack of coyotes in the desert. The first indicator that we are on the slippery slope towards desert disaster is the map we have is not actually a trail map. Thanks a lot, Park Ranger. It just has one paved road, a couple of gravel roads, and then little notes where there's an interesting point or a campground, but no trail, no actual path. So we figure out which one's our campsite, we hope, and we see there's like a lookout point, and we can take a paved road to a dirt road, through some stuff to get to the lookout point, and then it's roughly another mile back to our campsite, we hope. Go team. And I'm trying not to be a leader, right? Even though it's just a team of two people, which is not really a team. Paved road, gravel road. We get to where the trail should start, and the second indicator that we are on the slippery slope towards using our own clothes for fuel is there's not a trail in the desert. It's just sand and sand with a couple of footprints. That's it. That's all you get. So we follow the sand with footprints, and right away, indicator number 3 that we are on the slippery slope towards eating each other happens, because this chick starts screaming and freezes, and there is a snake in the middle of the sand just fucking owning the desert. Like, it is his favorite place. And I was raised watching Indiana Jones. Yeah. If Indiana Jones is scared of snakes, I don't want anything to do with them. That guy is a badass. So my adrenaline glands are like, ah, ah! But the chick next to me, her adrenaline glands are like, ah! And she starts running circles around the snake. So I have to pull my adrenaline glands together and be like, okay, calm down, just stand still. We're gonna back slowly away from the snake. We'll just, keep talking so that they know we're here, which is not a problem for her. She's talking the entire time. And go team. And we'll just keep our eyes open for snakes, which we're probably not going to see any more of them. We see 6 more over the next 2 hours. No big deal. Okay, facing my fear. Cool. So we get along more of the sand with footprints, and we come to boulders. No footprints. They indicate which way we should theoretically be going, but this also means that it is getting darker fast.
And the day desert is scary, the night desert is fucking terrifying. Because I'm in Joshua Tree, right? So not only are there like coyotes and probably phosphorescent snake bats, but the civilization around us is Marines and meth heads in trailers.
And then we see a car glinting on the horizon, like the greatest sign of hopeful civilization and industry and cell phone service and Jack in the Box, and like, okay, we're gonna just head, that's the road, we're in the middle of this circle, thanks a lot, map. We're in the middle of the circle, so we'll get to the road and pray that whoever picks us up is not a marine meth head who's trying to rape and eat us and feed us to coyotes. So we look down, and again, there's no footprints. There's not even sand anymore. It's just a rolling hilly bed of cacti, under which are a million snakes. Because apparently a snake's fucking favorite thing to do is cuddle up next to some cacti and wait for unsuspecting hikers. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna make it to that road and conquer one little fear at a time. Shut up, stop complaining, you strange girl from New Zealand. When we finally get back to our campsite, I'm feeling pretty proud, right? And she drinks the rest of our water and says to all these brand new complete strangers that have shown up, and got us totally lost in the desert. I was like, I also got us totally found in the desert. Not even a thank you, like not even an aggressive thank you for not eating both of my arms to save your own life thank you. Well, you know what? You're welcome, you ungrateful tramp. Thank you guys so much.